Welcome to Tails. In each of these videos, I'm going to show you how to use Tails to build some pretty cool websites. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, in this video, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the Tails interface. So here we have your application dashboard in front of us. And if we go up to the top left, this is our main navigation. And we can get to anywhere in the application from the main nav. So if we were inside of a project, we could jump back to the dashboard, which is what is here in front of us. We can then go to File, New, Edit, View, Export a project, go to the resources, and we could also view all the components. So if we go ahead and open this up, you can see that we can view all the component designs. We can jump to a specific section, and you could always download this design or copy it to clipboard and move it into your project. So this is just a quick way if you want to find a design and move it into your project. You can just open up the components and do it here. Then we have the developer API key. If you are inside of a project, you can view the settings. You can switch back to version 1, and of course you can exit the application. So here in front of us is the main dashboard. And if this is your first time viewing the dashboard, it will probably automatically create a project for you and jump you into that project. But here we have a list of all of our projects that are currently created. Right now we only have one project. We can of course create a new project, browse the components, or you can click to watch the videos that you're watching right now. So let's go ahead and just create a new project. And when we create a new project, we are here at the project editor. And of course, we could always jump back to the dashboard just by going to the main menu and clicking on dashboard. And then we can jump back into any project just by clicking on the project icon. And right now it is just a blank gray image because we haven't dropped any designs into that template. So let's go ahead and jump back to the project editor. And these are the two main sections to Tails. So there's the application dashboard and the project editor. So you can always jump back and forth between those two. And then the other thing that you'll want to learn is the project editor interface. And that is what we will briefly cover in this video. So like I said, we have our main navigation, and I will go into further detail into each of these sections in a future video. But for now, I'm just going to quickly scan through all these sections just to give you a brief overview. So then we can go ahead and click the Add Designs, and we can click through some of these sections. And if we find a design that we like, of course, we can click it and drag it into the canvas. So the canvas is the main area where you will be editing and adding designs. And this is where you can get a visual representation of what your website will look like. Then we can go over here and we can add, edit, and delete pages for our project. So by default, every single project will only have one page, which is just the home page. You can choose to add as many pages as you would like. You could add an about page, a features page, and eventually we will have some dynamic pages where you can link a data source and create like a blog page. But for now, you will just be creating some one-off designs for your website. And then we can go ahead and go to the resources, and this is where you can view the tour, the videos that you're viewing right now, documentation, changelog. You can view your account settings, your profile, and of course you can visit support if you need some help. Okay, so I said you can visit the pages from clicking on the left pages menu right here, but there are two ways to get to pages. So you can also click on the page button up here, and that will slide over the pages. So it's just another way to get to the same place. Then if you want to preview what your site is going to look like, you can click the preview mode, and you will see that you no longer have those selection items to where you can select an element. Now, if we select an element, you can see the design UI panels will activate. And this is where you can add some classes, and you can also add some Tailwind CSS utilities. So right now this is display block. Let me go ahead and select another one. Say that we were to change this to display flex. You can see a live representation of what that utility class will look like just by hovering over the dropdown. Then up here at the top, we can go ahead and save our project if there are any unsaved changes. We can preview our project, or we can publish your site to GitHub, S3, or a custom domain. Next, over here on the right UI panel, we have a history tab, and history will save a snapshot of your project every 5 minutes. So you can always jump to a previous version. Say that you made a mistake and you want to jump back to a previous version. You can go ahead and do that just by restoring a previous snapshot by clicking on the restore button. And then looking up here at the top menu, we have a full screen, so we can go full screen mode. We can also change the responsiveness, so you can see what your site looks like at different breakpoints. You can also select this drop down and you can select a specific breakpoint. You can zoom out and zoom in. And then we can also view the code editor. So you can go ahead and open up this code editor and you can get a live representation of what that code is going to look like. Let's go ahead and click on an element. And you can also see that we can change the text and it will automatically update in real time. So we can say, start building your landing pages. And we can go ahead and save that. And then we can tidy the HTML if we would like. And you can also go up to the parent selectors. So currently we've selected the span element. But if we wanted to go up to the H1 element, you can just click this button right here. Then we can go up to the div parent. And let's go ahead and click on the tidy button right here. And you can see that it tidies up our HTML. So super handy for kind of getting a visual representation of what that code looks like for that specific design. And last but not least is the project settings. So when you are inside of your project, you can visit the settings by going to the main nav and clicking on settings, or you can click on the project name up here at the top, and it will have the project settings pop up. We're going to go into this in a specific video. I just kind of want to let you know where the project settings are at. So I will see you in the next video where I'll show you how to add, edit, and delete your projects.